There's a story about a man who, as he was passing some elephants, suddenly stopped, confused by the fact that these huge creatures were being held only by a small rope tied to their front leg. No chains, no cages. It was obvious that the elephants could, at any time, break away from their bonds, but for some reason, they did not. He saw a trainer nearby and asked why these animals just stood there and made no attempt to get away. "Well," the trainer said, "when they are very young and much smaller, we use the same size rope to tie them, and at that age, it is enough to hold them. As they grow up, they're conditioned to believe they cannot break away. They believe the rope can still hold them, so they never try to break free." The man was amazed. These animals could at any time break free from their bonds, but because they believed they couldn't, they were stuck right where they were. So what can we learn from this story? The elephants were taught when they were young by the trainer that they're not strong enough to break free. The authority figure placed this restraint on the elephant, along with the idea it's not strong enough to break free. Eventually, this became a belief for the elephant. The elephant stopped trying. A negative agreement was created. We humans carry these agreements and beliefs that we're taught as well, even as we age and they no longer serve us. Understand that these agreements are something outside of us. We're not born with these beliefs. When we are young, we are given these agreements by our parents, teachers, religions, authority figures. They're taught to us, and anything we can learn, we can unlearn, unwire. We have many of these beliefs, some we are aware of, some that we are not. As we break these negative agreements, we gain power. The first step is awareness. It's helpful to replace the negative agreement with a new positive one. For example, when I was young, we would drive by the homeless shelter in the car on the way home from school every day. And if we hit a stoplight beside the homeless shelter, my mom would always lock the doors, and I would hear the click of that door locking. This taught me that homeless people are dangerous, and we must be cautious around them. That is an example of a negative agreement that I used to have. I now believe people who may be homeless are no different from me and have lots of knowledge and wisdom to offer from their experiences. It's important to note that just because someone taught you the agreement doesn't make them a bad person. What else can they teach you outside of what they were taught? So what I want you to do is write in the comments one negative agreement or belief that you were taught that you want to break. It can be anything, small or big, and try to include a positive agreement that you'll replace it with.